There are 3 points in your eyebrow that you should master. The beginning of your eyebrow, the arc, which is the highest point of the brow, and then the tail. Those 3 points are very important. Some people don't have faces that are structured such a way that you can spot the arc right away, but there is a little trick you can just use to know the arc. That is, put a brush or pencil here and then cross it over your pupil, that black part of your eye. Just cross it over, so the point where your pencil will be touching is your arc. That is this place. That is my arc. I hope you get it. The next thing is to know the brushes and the products you'll be needing to draw your eye pencil. So these are the two brushes I'll be using. This is a blending brush, and this one is, it is not a flat brush, but I'll be using it as a flat brush because my angled brush decided that it has a mind of its own and it dismissed itself. So I'll be using this one in replacement, a blending brush. And other things you need is the concealer. I'll be using this LA Pro Concealer. You need a concealer 2 shades lighter for this part. And I'll be using this foundation to highlight the front and the back. Then you also need a razor blade to shape the brows. Okay, lastly, I think there's one more thing. Then this is a loose powder, setting powder. I'll show you what we'll be using it for. And then this is an air wax, but I'll be using it as a brow gel wax. So I'll be using it as, I'll be improvising with this. And lastly, the eyebrow pencil. Okay, so first things first, this pencil has a spoolie. We call it spoolie. So use it to brush the eyebrow, but mine is already sharpened to great extent, so I'll just be trimming it on top, trimming it a bit below, and that will be that. So after brushing it, then I bring my blade out. Just watch what I do. Watch me as I shape the brow. So this is how I do mine. I just kind of pull my hair forward, then I go towards the arc side, and then shaping it a bit. Just take a little out of it. It's somehow as I'm looking at myself do it and I'm explaining. It's a bit weird. And then I extend that also to the front a bit. It's weird though to be doing this thing by myself in front of a camera. Just watch. I don't want to talk much so I can concentrate. So this is basically what I do, even if I have more hair there, but I'm trying to be careful, so I'm not doing more than that. Then I go up and begin to shaping it down. Be careful, this blade is it's a new one, so it's very sharp, so just reduce it straight. When you now get to this arc, bend your blade a bit. Bend it a bit and follow the pattern that your eyebrow already have, or the pattern in your mind if it's not as defined as mine. So we'll do the same thing for the second eye. So when I'm done with that, I'll brush it up a little to take I'll brush it down first to take the excess away. See, as I've brushed it down, I will now take the excess away like this. I'll just place it on it and begin to take the excess away. I don't know if you understand. Just place it on the air. Be very careful. It's the excess you want to cut, and begin to cut the excess like that. By so doing, it is also making it more defined, cutting the excess. So after I'm done with that, I shape I brush everything up and cut the excess from on top again. Like this. See how I did my blade? Straight. Put it on it like that. Don't be afraid, but be careful. Then just cut off any excess in a straight way. Cut off any excess. And we'll be doing that gradually till we get to the end. Gradually. In this arc also, any excess, I'll cut it off. I'll take it off. Gradually. Something like that. I'll do the same thing for this one off camera. So having done that, the next thing is I'll take this gel. I'll put a little here. I just need little. Then I will apply it to the eyebrow. I'll use it to comb it up so that it will stand in place. You get? So the idea is just to make it stand in place. Then after that, I would apply the what's it called? This loose powder, this setting powder. I will apply it using the beauty blender. I put little on this place, so I will use this brush called beauty blender. I will use it. I will dust it off a bit, then start using it to pat it. Yes, so like this, everything will stay in place very well and it will not be wet. It will stand gidigba. Then I can now draw my pencil on this. It looks like I've drawn it already. So after doing that, I will sharpen my pencil. I'll make sure my pencil is well sharpened. Endeavor to trace what is already there without creating new lines. So let me see if I can follow it. So I'm starting from the arc area, just trying to trace what is there already. Then I would also move it forward. See, nothing dramatic. I'll do the same thing for the upper part. I'll start from somewhere here, not the front, pata. I don't want it to be too far from the air. So I'll just join it to the one under. Something like that. You might need to sharpen your your eyebrow again. So after tracing up and down, then you will fill it in. The one at the tail side will be very dark. The tail side, fill it in very well, very dark, and then the middle and the front part will not be as dark. So it will just be like you're just, slightly painting. And when you get to the front, you just make the lightest kind of movement. Then you take your spoolie and brush the front. You may even brush the rest. If there is unnecessary space, you fill it in lightly. So that's just how to go about it. So by the time we use our concealer under it, it will pop the more. Do you get it? Let's do the second eye. From the arc side, then I'll move it in. Sure you get. Then I'll do the same on top. I will not let it be far from the eyebrow. Since the light is getting to this place more, so like that, I will then draw it forward a bit. Then I'll fill it in. The back will be more dark than the front and the middle part. The middle part will be slightly filled, and then the front will be the lightest of all. You can extend this line in front a bit if it is not rhyming with this. Extend it a bit and then just do light strokes there. As you can see what I'm doing now. So when you are done, you take your spoolie and brush everything together. Brush everything together. So I'm just going to correct this place so that it can rhyme. You always observe your brows and try to make it look alike as much as possible. So that is that about the shaping and then the drawing. So the next thing is to highlight it. We'll be highlighting with a concealer and a foundation. The concealer for the arc part, and then a foundation front and at the tail and at the front, a dark color like my skin color, so that everything will just look so natural. For easy access, I've put the concealer and the foundation a little on the back of my hand, so I can always access it. So the light one is going under this place. This is not an angle brush, I already told us earlier, but I'm just improvising. So we use it for the middle part. That's just the place where it will be. You clean it off. You clean that light part off. Then you take the dark one, the one that is like your skin color. Then you use it to trace out the rest. I should have used a concealer this color, but I don't have a concealer this color. So I'm using a foundation this color. Students, is it clear? Then I'm using it for the tail to clean it out also. To clean out the tail too. Because this foundation is so light. I don't know how to say it. So light. If one is not careful to just wipe out everything one has done. So that's the way you're going to. So you rub off the top also. You don't need to put too much product on your brush. Then see how I held my hand. Just find one that works for you. Then you go close to it. Go close to it. Then you go close because it's quite big in my eye. So another function of cleaning it is that if you want to reduce the size, you can reduce the size. But in the first place, don't draw too big stuff, so that your work will not be messy. Some people don't clean the top of their brows and it's still fine. So just make sure you are doing a perfect work from the scratch. So I'm going to do that till the end. Something like this, everything like this, something like this. See, I'm not getting the perfect move that I want because I'm not using the perfect equipment for the job, but it is still getting something done at least. So that is how to highlight. The next thing to do is to clean it up, and we call it blending. You take this one in like this, inward, inward, inward. You clean it up inward, and then when you get to the middle, you clean it up by patting it into, as if you are pushing it into the skin. Even though you are cleaning it, you don't want it to be all wet and shiny. So but the movement is also important. The way you move your brush is important, and make sure you don't wipe it. You must be careful. If you are not careful, if your body no dey touch ground and you are doing makeup, you'll be cleaning everything you've done. So for the products here, you clean it into the middle part. You clean that one into the middle part. You rub it into it. See that movement? Into it, into it, into it. The middle part, you maintain his own steeze there. And then you come to the top and clean it off too. It's best to choose a foundation that is your skin color, so that it can melt into your skin without looking like double color, double layer. So something like that. This is how I draw my brows. I'll do the same thing for the other eye. So I don't know if you learned something. So after I'm done, I would use a normal powder, compact powder, my shade, to just bring all the shiny down. So I'll use this blending brush to do that. I'll just do it like that. This is just something you can do for yourself every day if you like to be this late every day, or every time you want to look different or look specially good. So with this, we've come to the end of the tutorial. I hope you learned something new. I hope you learned something you did not know before.